All right, welcome back. So we're slowly getting there further and further. So as you can see, I have some of the carpet in, not all of it, just enough to be able to put the A-frame in, and obviously the center plinth, and I put down the felt kit. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not happy with the felt kit. The vendor which it came from, now I didn't get it. The owner of the car brought it to me. He bought it himself from a different vendor. And what I find is that, yes, the felt is good, it's nice, don't get me wrong, it's good quality felt. But I felt the kit itself was very, let's say missing pieces, but didn't have enough in it. Usually the felt kits I get from air vendors usually covers the floor, the rear decking, if you want to call this, and it usually covers all the way from head to toe on the center here, so both the tunnel cover and the handbrake. However, this kit didn't. It didn't come with anything for here. The piece that went here was pretty small. There's a big giant gap, and there was a big gap up here because, you know, when I pushed it up, there was a big joint. So the kit I found here for this paint was at least 3 inches too short, and this was about 3 inches too short, and there was none on this. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was also a right-hand drive felt kit because it came with certain slices in it for the plate up on the kick plate up here, but it was on the wrong side. So that's how I know it was for a right-hand drive. And not that it makes a difference. Like, it's only doing the felt kit. I had to put some slices in myself. It is what it is. I'm not too worried about that. But I'm disappointed that the whole kit didn't come with anything for here, and it was pretty short here. As you can see, I've done my best, and I still have a big giant gap here. Not that you're going to see when the H plate is over here, or the A-frame, but there shouldn't be that gap to begin with. So like, I'm not too fond of that, but it is what it is. You work with what you have. I found the carpet when I was putting it on. The piece that went up against the firewall, the flat piece, is meant to go flat against the firewall up the front. But again, because this was so short, I had to actually bring it back and make it curve down. So again, just adding to it, it was a bit more work than what I wanted to do. So again, this carpet kit as well didn't come from Air Vendor. It came from somebody else, and it's, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful carpet, very nice, but just me personally, it's only me. I can say that I'm not happy with the overall shape of it, because I felt like it's the bare bones. I mean, there's no excess, it's not a little oversized to compensate. So it's a bit harder to put on, because I struggled to get this part here, because especially the overdrive transmission plate. This made this sit out further, which draws it back, so I had to struggle to get this to come back because it was barely fitting. And this doesn't even make it all the way to the firewall, because, like I said, I had the piece of the front I had to take off and then manipulate it back to almost generate a whole inch just to get it to come back to meet this, and it's still short. So it was a bit of a challenge. You'll see, I'm going to show you now the video of me putting it in. It's in. Like I said, I would have. I told the owner, I mean, like, I was expecting the more pieces on it. I mean, but every vendor is different. Everyone gives different kits. It's not the kits I'm used to putting in, so I don't want to say anything bad about them, but I just think it's a little. It could have come with the extra pieces. Anyway, enough about that. So these are all glued down. This part is not. The reason why is because I can't glue this part here. Sorry, this piece here overlaps this one. On the deck. This one overlaps all the wheel arch. So because I haven't done them, I can't glue them down. That's why I've only done this section here. Other than the felt, I have the plates down. As you can see, well, you'll see, you can't even see them. So the plates are down nice. I obviously have to find the holes I drilled for the seat tracks to go on. But again, I've done this nice that when the carpet is over, the seat is just going to be further back, and you're not even going to see, you're not even going to notice that it's moved. You won't realize it. And you can always revert it back. So I think this is going to turn out very well. Nice and clean. And that's really all I have for now. Still plugging away the boot. Pretty much similar stuff going in. I'm not doing videos on that because there's other components in there that is a little bit of a surprise. So that's why there's no video on that, but the boot is straightforward. I mean, you have a 5-piece panel kit, carpet for the bottom, and that's really it for that one. I do have some other plans I'd like to do with that, and we're looking at going forward, but again, it's not finalized and maybe that down the line. For now, I buttoned up down here because I had to, obviously getting the dashboard on, I had to loosen all the stuff off. That's all put back in. So now I'm ready to put the A-frame in and start getting the center plinth on. And I fear the center plinth, since it's being recovered, may not have the holes in it for the actual cables. So like, that's not a worry, but like I have to bore them out, and like I said, I'm already going through leather. I don't know, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. Like some of them are not too bad. Like this one is just round, but is it rounded? Oh, it's flattened off. But the choke cable has a flat top on it to keep it at a certain point. So I have to go look at it and see how I'm going to take them, how I'm going to fit them holes into it. If I have an idea, I have a few different ways that I might be able to do it, but it is a metal plate, so I have to bear that in mind. I've tidied up all the doors, so I've put in the check strap, the rubber on it, I've put in the switches on, I've tidied up all the glove box, so I've done that wiring. Yeah, it's getting to the point where it won't be too long getting it, apart from the doors. Like once I get the doors lined up correctly in the glass, then again I can start putting some covers on. Now, taking the covers. So we're having a discussion whether to stick with the original, which is the glass itself has a bag or sheet that basically drapes down, and it's a waterproof barrier, but it's on the inside. And some will say, hey, it's just as easy to put the waterproof barrier on the outside. Like, get rid of that old bag so it doesn't get stuck, because it tends to get stuck in the teeth of the regulator and rip, and it puts a bit more stress on it. So I will put a vapor barrier on the outside. I'm going to go with that instead of the inside, just because it's less to go wrong. Plus, I've treated all the inside of the doors with basically the rocker guard, so it should be pretty good. I know most people don't drive their cars in the rain now anymore, so it's a little less thing to worry about. And with a treat down the bottom, if the rain comes in, if any comes in, as long as it's treated down there and kept clean, it should come out. So I'm going to go with that instead of trying to put the sheet back in the center like original. I wasn't fond of that plastic bag to begin with anyway. So yeah, I'm going to do the outside and then I'll put the card over. So that's it for now. Time to move on to throw up some high speed of what we've done so far. The only other thing about the carpet I didn't mention is it's pretty flat at the front. I do have to bend it around, so it looks a bit weird from where I see it, because it's against the firewall, but it has to go around. And the only reason I didn't is because I haven't finished doing the accelerator pedal. So I have to put a little slit on the carpet, and I have to finish the accelerator pedal, which I should do, and that will allow me to finish that carpet. But I'm just trying to get all the electrics done first, and then I'll move on to that. So, yeah, back onto some high speed, and I am going to go figure out what the center plinth and the A-frame is going to look like. So, see you in a bit. All right, so we have our center plinth in. Well, center plinth. We have our A-frame in and the center plinth and the new plinth. So this is the new LED one. So this is LED. It's brand new. Somebody in the States makes them. So I'm waiting to see what that looks like now when I actually power it up. The A-frame went on pretty good, I have to say. It was probably the easiest I've ever put A-frame on. But yeah, considering all the amount of leather in there, the plinth was a little bit of trouble at the back only because of the amount of layering on it. So it sticks out a tiny bit. So a little bit of a struggle with that. Tiny bit, but nothing. But considering, it went in so easy. Gear stick and all that, pretty good. So when I got all that on, I actually moved on to the doors. And I have fixed the doors. Well, I say fixed them. I fixed them to the best I can with what I have. So I managed to fix the issue with the door closing. And most of all, I've managed to fix it with the glass. So this is my biggest challenge here. Oh, put the glass up again. Up you go. The biggest challenge I had is that it was hitting up here, right up here in the corner. I know there's a little chip gone out of the glass actually. That's probably from before. But as you can see now, it just squeezes in there almost too good. But yeah, it's not perfect. I mean, it's pretty close, but not perfect. But the point is, I can close the door though, so that's the main thing. Yeah, so I can close the door with the window open. I might have to adjust the stopper a tiny bit because I still think it's a fraction up too much, but we'll fix that. But that's it. At least I can close it. I fixed the fire door as well, so I finally got the regulator in there. So the regulator and the glass and all is in that one. And as I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the vapor barrier on the outside. That's why I'm going to go the route with that one, just because I said the owner probably won't take it out and probably won't see rain, so there's a good chance the doors will stay dry anyway. But it's starting to take shape in here. It's going to look so much different now once I actually put the panel kit on, because it's completely different to the carpet and everything, so it's going to look completely different, the leather. So I'm waiting to see that, and then obviously the seats. I still have a lot of stuff to tidy up in the boot, working on that. Radios to go back in, but yeah, now I can move on to all the electrics. So now the doors are done, I can actually concentrate now on doing the electrics. So I'm going to continue on the wiring, join them up. So hopefully in the next video I'll run a video on what wires go where. I've done the ones for the gauges up here. I'm going to run through the rest of them down here, the switches, the hazard, and then where they all connect at the back. So if you're ever lost, providing the wires are the right color, you know where to go. And then yeah, obviously I'm going to be putting the radio in, running some more electronics in there. The switch in here I have to install, and I have some other bits and pieces to go into as well. I'm not going to mention just yet. But yeah, no, it's a good day. It's slow work. It's slow work. I've noticed over the last while that I haven't been able to get as much done the day as I can because other things has taken up, and then of course it's miserable rain now as well. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for now. And get back onto it, and hopefully be about, well, to me, I'm hoping within 2 weeks this car will be done. It's pretty close to being done if you look at it. Really just connect up the electronics, do the panel kit. The seats are already done. They're just going to bolt straight in, put the glass in, do the soft top, which is a mohair. I'll do a video on that as well. And that's really it, other than actually, again, go back over the engine, start it, and then actually do all the brakes, clutch, and fine-tune the engine and all that jazz. So, yeah, I'm hoping within 2 weeks it'll be out driving. So, anyway, thanks for watching. The usual, any comments, questions, concerns, let me know, other than me mispronouncing or misspelling Delph Blue the entire time, but I'm going to continue with it. And that's it, yeah. So, appreciate you watching, and see you in the next part. making more progress here. So what have I done? As you can see, with the high speed, I've put the radio in. I've put most of these cables in. I still have to put the wire into the back of this, actually just connect it up. I was running wires for LEDs I'm putting everywhere. That's what you'll see. That's why you see me connecting a lot of stuff. I'm running wires here, there, and everywhere for different LEDs. But yeah, the radio's in. There's a nice little triumph badge here. It's gonna look nice. So I'm nearly finished in here. Yeah, I might do some little bear down here in the way. I used a bit of red tape. Sorry, you just barely see it. I used some red tape. It's not sticking. I have to use a bit of steel tape. I just wanted to keep it down. So it's going under the carpet anyway. But yeah, little delayed because the wiper switch, I have a brand new one to go in, but the old one I lost, so I need the inside bezel off it. And do you think I can find it? No. I know I have some somewhere, but yeah, I can't find them. So I can join all these together and then actually run through all the electronics. So it's really starting to come together. Like, it's starting to look very nice in here. All the stuff, and of course these don't even stay in a straight line. The choke is going to be a little issue because they're SUs, so the actual choke is further away, so these cables don't reach. I have two options. One is to get a longer cable somehow, so I have to do an external source for a cable, or the other option is I use an extension piece to be able to put onto it. I'm going to see what works best, and I'll do that. Theoretically, the car is starting without any choke at all so far, so to be honest, it might not even need one. I'll put something else in there instead. But I have this wire switched up, all done up. What I was doing was running this. I was swapping the wire in the way it is because this one is usually triggered off the normal ground. And when you pull it, it grounds out and it triggers the lights to turn on in here. Which is still going to be the same. It's still going to run the same, except I used a different wire to go there. Because it also grounds out. It runs the same as the doors. It runs the same purple with the white tracer off the doors. But the doors I'm going to do completely separate. That's why I've run the wires down. They're actually doing LEDs that are going to be under the seats. If you haven't seen what they look like, have a look at the Facebook page. I done one on a Tr6 where I done the LEDs under the seats, and it looks so nice. When you open the door, the whole floor lights up, and then the underneath here is going to be LEDs as well, and they are run completely separate. So they're on this switch here. So when I pull this, I'll have nice LED lights under there and wherever else I want to put them. But to be honest, you only need a footwell. It's more like a map one. So yeah, it opens the options of putting a lot more stuff in it. But yeah, it's looking very, very nice. I have to say now, this is covered in well. This is smack in the middle. We're probably going to change this, but apart from dusting it down, it's really starting to take shape. It's going to look so nice. It just looks odd because the rest of the carpet's not in, the dial's not in. But yeah, I'm ready now to start putting the dials in and connecting up all the rest of the wiring under here, apart from the switch. So I'm going to have to go find the bezel for that. When I find the bezel, I can start putting it all together. Although to be honest, I might end up changing the headlight switch because it's a bit of patina. It's worn down, as you can see, so I might end up putting a new one on, just because, well, you can't have everything else new and have an old patinaed switch, so that'll probably end up getting changed. That's it for now. Join me in the next part and we will actually start to join the gauges on. We'll go through the wiring for the gauges, or go through the wiring for like the switches, which switch actually connects to which wire in here, and we'll go through all that and connect everything up, and we'll ground out all the straps. And hopefully by then everything be connected, and I should be able to actually put power and test everything to make sure all like the radio works and all that jazz. So that's the plan. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next part.